Alright guys, so I want to make a quick video this week. Last week I was actually a little sick, so I didn't end up making a video. And today I wasn't feeling it. Recently I've been doing a lot of just personal time, just time to myself, working on myself. And like I said, I've been sick as well. I've been going to the gym. I fucked up my thumb, so I just, been all over the place. Today's a cold ass morning too, but either way, here I am. I want to talk about mental control, right? Taking control of your mind and how important it is. So we were never really taught that, or we were never really taught about the importance of taking control of our mind, right? And taking account for our daily thoughts and emotions and feelings that come up, right? Due to the thoughts. And what we don't realize is that these thoughts, feelings, and emotions have an impact on how our reality plays out. Okay, we were never really taught that, and that's what I like to bring to light. Right, the power of the mind. So, meditation, like I've mentioned, is very important. It's a key to start to take accountability and awareness within your mind. But I wanted to give you guys an example. So let's say you've got someone that you got a guy, right, and he goes out on a date with a girl, and he, after the date, realizes that he messed up on a couple of things, right? And he messed up on this and he messed up on that, and after the date, he just sits there and like complains and like feels bad about himself and like is bummed out over the experience, right? So he went on a date with a girl, but because of his actions, because he wasn't up to par with what he would have desired his acts to be like, if that makes sense, right? It applies on a lot of things. Like after the event, and he goes, "Oh man, I wish I was this guy." So like, let's say the waiter started to get into like an argument, like for example, right? And he just like he just pussied out, right? Like he just bitched out of the argument. Like he was like, "Oh, okay," like he didn't act in the way that he wished he would have acted in front of his girl, right, or in front of his date. And let's say some other things happened during the date, right? And then he looks back after the date and he's like, "Man, I messed up on all these parts. I'm so this, I'm so that, I'm so dumb." Like he puts himself down. All right, that's person A. And person B, the same exact experience, but after the date, he's happy, he's grateful, he's excited, one, for the experience with the girl, and two, because he's able to take note of all of his mistakes, and he's able to work on those mistakes and better himself. And sure, it's not going to be like, oh, you go on one date, you fix all your flaws, and all of a sudden the next date you go on, you knock it out of the park, right? No, it's not like that. But once you go on 5, 10, 15, 20 dates, you start to get the hang of things. You start to know how to act, how to convey yourself socially, how to you know talk to other people, how to socially. I mean, obviously this example is really social, right? But what I'm trying to say is that this applies to everything in life, right? Business, relationships, health, everything. Okay, so what was the difference between the two? It was their mindset, was how they responded to certain circumstances in their external reality. And by doing that, by that mental control, I guess, by having your mindset a certain way, I want you to see how these two realities are going to play out. This guy is probably going to go on like one more date, right? Mess that one up, and then he's like done with dating. He gives up on women. He's like, "No, it's too hard. I'm too much of a whatever. And then he just gives off on that path of life. Like he's just like, "No, there's no fixing this." He's done with it. And this guy, by like the third or fourth date, he's so excited and he's so grateful and he's so happy by how good he's getting at going on dates. So I'm sure you can see how those two play out, but the most important thing is the fact that one mindset, one way of thinking, feeling, and believing molded a certain reality, created a certain reality, and then the same experience, but a different perspective, a different mindset, a different way of thinking, feeling, and different emotions plays out another reality. It creates another reality. Think about this guy's mindset. Like, there's no way the next date's going to be worse than the first one. Or there's no way that 5 dates down the line it's going to be worse than the first one. No, because he's bettering himself. He's taking note. He's grateful for the experience, and he's taking note of what he can work on. And then he's making it a goal to get better at that on the next date. He's going to progress. He's going to see that aspect in that area of life take off and get better and better. But this guy is not going anywhere. It's not like chance. It's not like, oh, but maybe he goes on the next date and maybe it ends up. No. The mindset, your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are quite literally what mold your reality. That's like a perfect, like, real world example that I can show you. Okay, and that same concept applies for every aspect of life. But we've never been taught this. You see? We're never really taught about how important this is. Because it's 10 times more important than the best, study guide when it comes to being in college or whatever. Like, oh, how do I find the best study? And, like, that's so, like, surface level. Like, you should really focus on, yeah, I mean, obviously there's always a time and place. Like, if that's where you're at in life, then sure, optimizing your studying, but it's not what I'm trying to get at. What I'm really trying to get at is how important it is to take note and take awareness, take account of what is going through your mind, and fundamentally realizing that that is quite literally molding your path. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. You're literally creating it. So once you start to take this mental control, once you start to take, first is awareness, see and actually be aware of what is going through your mind, and then see what you don't like, and then replace it with what you do want to have in your mind and what you do want to see more of in your reality, what you would like to create, what would you like to manifest, all right? So, mental control, all right, guys? Really important. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure to drop a like on the video, comment down below, subscribe with your post notifications turned on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.